Number one. All right, guys, we are live, and it's Saturday night this time instead of Friday night. We're back hanging out, discussing some tunes, having a couple of drinks, and just enjoying some time to ourselves. I'm Jimmy.
I'm Chris.
I'm Anthony.
Hey, all right. So this week our review and topic of discussion is the absolute epic album by Southern Drawl band, Totally Beachin. Anthony, would you like to go first, or would you like to hear the opinions of two people that really never heard him before?
Yeah, I'll go first. I'm a big fan of this album, so that's why I suggested. But I didn't realize this until after I suggested it. This is actually the greatest hits beach album by him.
Unleash the Fury. All right, Chris, you want to go first? You want me to do it? I'll go first, since Chris has actually got something written down. All right, so Anthony, as we
didn't care enough to write it down for this one.
I'm going to tell you this. I had listened up YouTube. I didn't have it downloaded on my phone, so I only gave this one good listen. And I say one good listen, I sat here and had to watch it on my computer. I told you on the phone this week, Anthony, had I heard this early summer, late spring, I might have been more happy or more apt to enjoy this. It just didn't catch with me. The Island Time song absolutely sounds just like a Buffett song. I mean, almost all these songs have a Buffett vibe to which I like Buffett, but this is not Buffett, and I can't appreciate it to the point to where I'm comparing this to Jimmy Buffett, and this is comparing an apprentice to a master. And these guys are, in my opinion, are amateurs at best when it comes to doing this. However, they do have a catch to them that is okay. It's just something that I don't dig, I guess. I don't know how else to put it. I'm not going to give you the line by line.
I think if you had heard some of these songs mixed in with like their albums. All these songs are mixed in on other albums with other different styles of music on those albums.
So this isn't this is more like a compilation album. This isn't like a
I didn't realize it because I was tired that night when I threw it out there. So.
Okay, so this is all right. Well, knowing that, I didn't listen to anything else by these guys, and I mean, obviously they're talented because this stuff is not easy to play. They played a multitude of instruments throughout. They had the beach sound pretty much down pat. Once again, it didn't gel with me. I think the album is okay at best, mediocre maybe, but it's okay. It's not something that I would find myself going and buying. Now, if I was in a bar at the beach listening to this, I would appreciate it, I'm sure, because this is exactly what that is. This is football season. It's not. I'm not thinking about the beach. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I listen to Buffett when it's snowing outside. So.
Well, that's the thing. That's where you're comparing it. Buffett I can listen to year round and appreciate it, whereas this I felt like I needed that extra beach vibe. You know what I mean? I don't know. And the best song on this whole album might have been the first song, maybe. I don't know. I want to say that I can't remember if it's is All Day Long a pretty fast song?
Somewhat. I mean, they're all pretty much peppy, kind of beachy kind
of
stuff.
All right, so the song I like best is one of the last songs. I don't know which one it was, if it was All Day Long or the Rocket Ship song, but
at
the end of me playing it on YouTube, that was one song that stood out as decent.
I'll say this on my review that
Rocket
Ship and 27 Feet of Love are my favorite songs on the album. So
really, 27 Feet of Love is one of my least favorite on the album.
Really? I thought it was pretty bad. We'll get to mine.
Everybody's opinion.
Actually, it may not be 27 Feet of Love.
Just so we're clear, there is only a couple of good songs that stand out to me, and I think this is a 50-50 album. Part of me says give it a little bit of a better rating, but because it's I guess a compilation album. Now that you've clarified that,
I didn't realize that when I suggested it. My bad.
Knowing now that it's a compilation, maybe I totally listened to this incorrectly or didn't have as open mind as I need to. I'm going to give this thing a 7, 6.5, 7. Like I said, it's not my cup of tea, guys. I'm the metal guy. I am the freaking metal dude.
You're not just the metal guy. You like a lot of Buffett. We throw A1A out there. You're going to give him more than 6.5.
So like, put A1A out there. That's probably my 10.
You're trying to cop out live now.
Well, no, it's just that I can't. This is something I can't get into Whereas if we had reviewed like some kind of harder rock album, I probably would have been more apt to listen to this more than once. Whereas this right here, I got through it and I was like, yeah, I'm not going back to this one. And honestly, that's kind of how I felt with the Stapleton. I got through it. I was like, yeah, it's mediocre. And then I listened to it again. I was like, it's okay. Let's do it again. Got a little better. I just didn't give this the multiple spin that I probably should have. But like I said, this wasn't on Amazon Music, and this is only on YouTube. So I just didn't get a chance to.
A lot of their stuff's hard to find. I mean, Ghost of New Orleans is one of my favorites by him, and I can't find it hardly anywhere. I don't think it's even on an album. I'm not sure where it came from. It might have been a bar song they played somewhere along the way. I don't know.
I got you.
I can't even find it on YouTube. So, I mean,
are you sure this song exists, Sam?
You're right. You're making that
you
up.
Didn't just have a dream one night.
No, I think you can actually find it on Amazon for like 99 cents or something like that, but I can't find it anywhere else.
All right, so you gave it a 6.5. Is that your final rating?
I would say 6.5, 7 maybe. I can't go any higher than that though. I think anything over a 7 is something that you would listen to more than once, or at least go back and repeat. I probably wouldn't listen to this again, probably, unless I was at the beach. I might, like I said, if I was eating dinner at the beach or hanging out in the bar at the beach and this is playing, I wouldn't go kick the jukebox just to get it off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm playing the
jukebox. This is one of my 5 o'clock bands. The day's been long, and I throw one of this album on or something. Or if I need to chill out after a long day, I'll throw this on and listen to it. So.
Right.
But that's kind of me.
So, I guess I'll give it a shot here. We'll let you.
I'll let the Slayer take this one down.
No, I kind of fall in line with Jimmy on this. I gave it a 6 out of 10 in total. Wasn't bad, but just like it kind of felt more like a cover band than anything to me. It seemed like something like you'd go to the beach and these guys be playing at a bar somewhere. And I mean, not that it's bad. It's good mood music, I guess. But like,
you know what?
If you're sitting at the beach, it's probably
key term, mood music. That's exactly what this is. If you're in the mood for this is probably going to make you feel pretty good. I felt
like the first half of this album sounded a whole lot like a Buffett cover of everything. And the second half, they kind of like came into their own a little bit more. I thought. I don't know. Maybe it's just maybe you feel that way, Anthony. Maybe you feel totally different, but it didn't. No. There was one song. I swear it sounded just like Volcano when it started. We were listening to it in here. I was like, Is it the same chords and everything? I mean,
these guys are. I mean, Holly. Like I said, they were on the Parrot Head documentary.
Yeah, they're all. I was going to ask you, are they on Buffett's record label? I'm assuming they are.
I don't know if they are or not, but they're on the documentary and they're highly influenced by Buffett. And like I said,
I thought the guys sound a bit like kind of like. I don't want to say country, but it almost had like a. Have you listened to like Darius Rucker?
Yeah. I know
his voice almost kind of like goes there for some. I don't know. I mean, it's not obviously the guy's voice doesn't sound like Buffett, but it's just kind of like there's a lot of like Zach Brown and people like that are trying to recreate that Buffett Island beach sound, what have you, with all their music. This is kind of like that. So it's a little more. I wouldn't say it's straight rip off, but I mean it's got like kind of like a little. Well, not really. I don't know. Yeah. Probably talking my behind on that, but I gave it a 6. Just because it felt more like a cover band, but I do think the second half was stronger than the first half. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, this is like a compilation album. I probably should have gone with like I think Against the Grain or something like that. One of their other albums. I mean, they've got songs about losing their best friend in a car accident and stuff like that, and singing songs like that, and darker songs and countryer songs, and they're not all these kind of songs. So it probably was like my 5 Finger Death Punch pick. It's probably the wrong album to put.
You need to research it a bit more, Anthony. Before you throw these albums up.
Think this through. Think it through.
Well, the problem is when you're such a fan, you really enjoy the music. You think it's great no matter who listens to it. So. They're a great band. That'll be great, no matter what album, But
Well,
like I said, we were tired that night when I picked this one, so we didn't do much research on it at all. So
I will say that
was that.
Last week went fast, and everybody seemed drained. I guess it was so late.
Right, dude. Yeah, we had a late start. It was rough.
What we should probably start doing is about not pick one at night, just through the week think of one to pick or something and come together through the week and give us some thoughts.
Not a bad idea. Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
You know, or you know, like,
yeah, totally.
You know, as I was thinking this week, Jimmy, I was talking to you about the metal album. You know, we haven't done a Dragon Force CD yet. We haven't talked about anything about Dragon Force yet. Well, I was listening to their new one. They're new one this week, and it's a killer album.
That's a great album. This is the thing. I don't know that Chris is going to like it. That's the. I mean, this is going to be that'll be like 2 out of 3. I don't know if Chris will appreciate it. From a musical standpoint, I think it's incredible. And I like their last 2 albums better than I like any of their albums. So that just tells you how much I like their new singer.
I mean, 3 Hammers High, man, is one of the greatest metal songs I've ever heard, man.
It's one of those things.
Listen, I'll listen to it.
I know you will. I don't know that that's the, dude, I can tell you right now, I'll throw if that's what, I'm all about it. I do dig great. I love some Dragon Force for sure.
Probably should do a Valley of the Damned.
See, that's the thing. I don't want to give that one to Chris because that's not a commercially. See, we're going the wrong direction. You got to find something more commercial to drag everybody in.
No, that's true. Yeah.
I'll say this: if
you
you're
get something that's obscure, you don't start off with an obscure album.
Yeah, let's pick an album. Like if you guys are familiar with something, and same with me. If I'm familiar with the genre, you guys might not be as familiar with. I'm gonna try to find something I think the beginner would want to hear.
Right.
Get them into it.
Yeah, that's probably where I screwed up though too. I didn't give a beginner. I should probably like 5 Finger Death Punch. It probably should have been Wrong Side of Heaven or the latest one, like Got Your Six.
Yeah, Got Your Six.
The Drawl band.
It's really good.
Any one of their studio albums, like one of their 3 studio albums, have been better than picking this one probably. This is more for a fan like me who's a fan of their music, than for you guys who are just listening to it for the first time. So.
I agree, man. I agree, and that's the thing. I mean, I'm guilty of going deep into some deep cuts, if you will, for bands I like, and just absolutely loving it. But thinking about somebody like the most of the stuff I listen to, for the most part, you guys would need to hear the successful stuff or the stuff that's more readily available versus the stuff that's just not out there. And like with you, Valley of the Damned is an absolutely awesome album. But Chris is not ready for that.
Well, I've never heard of it.
I wouldn't no, I'm saying that because it's not as commercial as like the newer albums. The newer albums have like a radio.
What's the name of this group again?
Dragon Force.
Are they really commercial at all?
Well, not. No, they're not. They're not commercial, but I'm saying their sound is more produced now. It's definitely. I think it's more catered to today's listeners than what the earlier stuff. The earlier stuff was just pure power metal, shred guitar, just an awesomeness. And their old singer, man, he was good. I like his stuff, but the new singer I love, man. He's just got a great voice.
Can you pronounce his name though? I can't for my life pronounce his name.
Who are you talking about?
His last name. The original lead singer of Dragon Force.
Oh yeah.
Where are those guys from?
They are from
England, I think.
England. I can't think where they have.
Right.
They're like.
I was curious if they're like Scandinavian or
no, nothing like that. No, it's not like that at all. But I'm definitely open for that. But anyway, we get back to finishing up the review with you, Anthony. Go ahead.
We've yet to hear your review of this album, man.
I mean, it's a solid 9 for me because I love this kind of music and I love this kind of sound. So it's a solid 9 for me. No issues. I mean, only song that one song, 27 Feet of Love, I think.
You actually didn't like the one? Like right off.
It's not the one. It's not that I didn't like it. I like it. It's just I don't know what that's the one they're talking about. Like
they're both.
I can't remember how, but I think that what they were trying to do to be clever didn't really come across as clever as they wanted it to be on that song. So, but that's just me.
The reason I liked it so much is it sounded like actually an original song and not like something they were trying to copy somebody else's sound for.
True.
That was kind of and I gave them credit for that. I was like, hey, they're actually this is what these guys sound like without trying to.
I mean, I don't know, man. Like Island Time and
Starting off.
That sounds like Buffett. I'm going to call it off. I'm calling his bluff, and it's Buffett.
Some of the songs like those are my favorites. Yeah, actually, Buffett has an album called Florida Days.
Yeah, I know. That's exactly. It's like, man, these guys are just clones.
We reviewed that turd, if you remember.
Oh, Florida Days? That's one of my favorite Buffett albums.
It's not one of my favorites, man. It's okay though. I mean, I can listen to it at least. It's just not my favorite Buffett album.
So that's the thing with Buffett. Where we all have a base knowledge of him, more than a base knowledge. We can go find some obscure album like that and give it a good fair rating, because we know, what he is.
I mean, I'm just saying, man, the first 4 songs, and I really are some of the best that I love by him. Island Time, Florida, Gone with the Wind, Landlocked. It just takes me away when I listen to him. Favorite Spot, all those are really great. So, I mean, I don't know.
No, dude, I'm glad you like this stuff. It's just like I said.
Well, let me ask you this, though, Andy. You say you gave this a 9 out of 10. What would you give? What would you give A1A? Well, that's a 10 out of 10. What would you give Florida Days? What would you give that album?
Florida Days probably 10 out of 10 for me because I love that album. So
tell me the Buffett album is a 9 out of 10 for you.
I mean, there's several 9 out of 10 albums. I can't think of them all.
And you have to admit those albums are better than this, right? I mean, Those Buffett albums are 9 out of 10s are better than this. Right?
I mean, it's comparing apples to oranges, man. It's this band is
these are apples to apples right here, man.
No, I'm just saying is that you can't really. What I'm saying is
the tree right beside Buffett's tree. That's all I'm saying.
Well, what I'm saying is this album is not what they do. This is songs they've done that are sort of style and Buffett passion that have been peppered throughout their career and throughout their album.
Yeah, I know.
I would.
We're all joking, having fun with it because it just wasn't one of our favorite things. As far as
I'll say this though, for the future, maybe we need to figure out a way to, because it's subjective. Like I have a hard time when I'm reviewing an album to say, okay, it's something you can't really quantify. You just have to say, that sounds like a 9 out of 10 to me. But how do you come to that number, man? I mean, how much you like it? Is that what it boils down to?
That's the thing. We probably should realistically do, like you started us doing to begin with, was every song gets a rating. You take that number, you divide it out, and that's what your final number is.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem fair in the long run. However, it's a realistic review of the album that is a true-to-life number to what the songs add up for in any given album. If you have an album that's got all 10s on it, of course it's going to be a 10.
Yeah.
I mean, Anthony, do you think every one of these songs is worthy of a 9 at least? Or do you have the off balance of a 7 and a 10? Or an 8 and a 10?
There's a lot of things. When I listen to an album, I don't like to do numbers on the songs. I like to kind of give an album. I look at the album, what genre it's in, what they're trying to go for, their power, their feel. Are they trying to be something, trying to be this, trying to be that? How they relate to the current genre they're in. That's what I look at. And that's why when I get an album a 9 or an 8 or whatever, it's because, like Chris Stapleton, very high marks, not just because it's really good, but just because of what it did in that genre. Artists in that genre. That's why we give it really high marks too, not just for the quality of it.
Speaking of Stapleton, I meant to tell you guys, I like his new album better than I like the other album. Just so you know. Is that weird? And his new album, really. I don't know if it got good reviews or not, but I liked it better than his first album.
Take that, you one reviewer, you one commenter.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. There's times when I'll listen to an album and I know I'm not in the mood for it, and I'll just put it off and then give it another listen down the road, and it totally changes my perspective on it.
True.
So I don't know if there's a way to actually quantify these things other than just how much you like.
Yeah, with Southern Drawl Band, I would say don't make this your only one of their other CDs. Listen to it and get an impression from them off of that, because this isn't really their true sound. This is just their beat sound. country sounds, country rock sounds. You know, they got all kinds of sounds in their music. So just when you get a chance, like Against the Grain, you listen to that one. They got some really good songs on there. You know, they only got a couple albums out, so they're not hard to listen to. So, you know.
Well, you guys got anything else you want to talk
anyways,
about?
it was.
Well, that's sad as it is. That's the end of the reviews. I really haven't done anything special this week as far as, I got a new job. I start out on Monday.
Got a new job. Let's hear about that.
Yeah, I'm switching companies. I'm going to go do something a little bit different for a while, and hopefully it'll work out for the best. But I hate giving up all my seniority, if you will, and all the stuff I built up. But I think it's a better opportunity for me. So Monday I'll be.
Sounds like an upgrade.
I think it is a little bit of an upgrade. Maybe it's
better company.
Well, no, I don't. I would argue that. I loved what I did, and we don't want to bring it out.
Better, no, I hear you.
What kind of company I work for? But,
better hours, though. Anyway, right?
It is a little bit better hours, I guess. I'll be instead of me getting up at the crack of dawn, I'll be working a typical 9 to 5, 30 job, but instead of working from 6 to 3 or something.
I've worked 8 to 5 forever.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm cool with it. I just hopefully I'll get a good feel for it here in the next couple of weeks and get into the swing of things and understand my role. But
it's funny when I first started, like my first professional job, if you will. I always, for some reason, I always thought, well, you always hear people talk about putting in a 9 to 5. So I just thought I'd start at 9. Everybody's like, no, you start at 8. It's like, well, 8 to 5. That's it. Well, they give you an hour for lunch.
Right.
So like,
I just ruined like 4 songs. You go 8 to 5.
Yeah, it's like that's not the way the song goes. It's just not an 8 to 5. It's 9 to 5.
That's right. That's how I was raised.
But I quickly realized, okay, that's not the real world. It's not 9 to 5.
I'm hoping that maybe potentially this hours can be negotiable. I wouldn't mind working 8:30 to 5, but 9 to 5:30 for what it is. It's the way it goes. I'll do it.
Yeah, they should do it all.
No, I have to be. I'll be on site the entire time. I'll be dealing with equipment, so just PC stuff.
Yeah, I think 2012 is the last time I held a full-time job.
Well, you got to brag about it.
You're really, man.
Yeah, the job I'm doing now. The job I'm doing now, I'm telling you what, man. It doesn't stop. It's 24/7.
Yeah.
You're never off the clock, so
Well, I'll say this. Eventually they grow up and it's easier. So
it's getting a little easier. But
so
Libby
got one that's
Libby got
chasing
sick last week
around in band.
What's that?
I got one's chasing some boy around now in the high school band there. So gotta watch out for her.
I tell you, my daughter she's about to turn 2, and she's developing an attitude like you won't believe. I had to take my son to preschool yesterday morning with her screaming in the back seat because she didn't want the shirt I put on her. Like, Mom, she ain't even 2 yet. She took one off and threw it in the kitchen at me. And I had the other one. I had to take her to the car physically, strap her in so she could pull the next one off. She went all the way to preschool screaming.
You make her listen to Slayer?
No, but I think we listened to who was listening on the way back? Devil Driver on the way back home? No, Dragon Force, I think it was on the way back home.
You got a 2-year-old cranking that in the car.
Absolutely. Some got
this is your plan.
Hey, I've had I was listening to a mix this week of Disturbed, Goat Horror, Devil Driver, and somebody. Forgot who it was, the other band. In the kitchen doing dishes with the kids in the house, listening to Goat Horror, for goodness sakes. I'm kind of messed up about that.
God, that's hilarious, dude. Nothing like listening to Goat Horror on the kids.
Let me tell you, my daughter, I let her log into my Spotify account. So she's like taking the dang thing over. Every time I try to listen to something, it kicks me off to what I'm listening to, and it starts playing what she's playing on her phone. It's always something like 21 Pilots or crap like that. So today, when I was going to review this album, again, it's like kicking me off every 5 seconds because she's trying to listen to something as well. So I'm going to change the password on Spotify to kick her completely off so I could actually listen to this whole album in peace.
And she hacked it and changed the password.
No, she didn't hack it. She called me. She was out. She's like, "What's going on with Spotify, Dad?" I was like, "I don't know. Must expire."
That's what you got to do.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, I would just know something struck me when I was thinking about what I've been listening to this week and things been going on. You guys know I saw a band called Enfold Darkness earlier this year in the summer.
I was unaware of that. I'll take your word for it.
Well, I saw them, and they're just an extreme metal band, but their bassist committed suicide this week.
Was that the one at the Hideaway that you were?
No, it was actually at Capone. They played at Capone's, but me and a buddy of mine, Justin Moore, a guy I work with at NG, we went together. But anyway, the bassist for Enfold Darkness committed suicide, I guess, either Sunday night or Monday night. And I mean, I thought to myself, my God, I mean, I understand these guys didn't make a lot of money. He really looked like he was having a blast on stage when I saw him. And it was just like, you know, and these guys were like, as everybody that I've basically seen at Capone's for the most part, down to earth, talk to us like we were, you know, friends. You know, like they were just proud to have people there. They were happy to see metal fans. And this guy committed suicide, so I was just listening to songs, you know, this week that were just like, you know, about suicide prevention and stuff. I mean, it's just weird. I don't know. I mean, it's just crazy when I think. I guess I'm grateful I don't have the problems, but
I think a lot of that is mental. People just have like, I don't know. I try not to judge. I mean,
I'm not judging anybody. I just
I know you're not judging people. I didn't.
Well, I'll say just trying to make it as a writer in this world, man. You have so many highs and so many lows. You know, I've had days where I've had great reviews and I've had a really flaming review, and you know, and just you're riding high with a couple sales, and you get somebody returns a book, and you know, it's very emotionally draining on you, and you know, sometimes it just gets to people, man. You can't help it.
Yeah.
You know,
man,
it's very hard. You put yourself out there, and people reject it, and it's just hard on you.
Well, I feel for you, man. I do. It's just a shock when you think. When I was a kid, dude, I wanted to be like a rock star. You know, I wanted to be on the stage. I wanted to play guitar. I wanted to do all this stuff, and these guys are living basically what was my dream at one point in my life. And don't get me wrong, I was like 18 or 19. I know it's a foolish dream because I did not have the true desire that it takes to do that. By no means, I didn't have the dedication. I didn't have the real desire. I just had the want and not the actual gumption to do it, I guess. And you know, all these, good God, you go back to Chris Cornell. This guy had everything, had it made. I thought.
I don't. But that said, that was his occupation. But what's going on in his personal life, we don't know.
Right. See, that's the thing. I don't know that part of his life. We don't know that part of their lives.
I'll tell you, when I used to be, I remember one time I was talking about this of all people. But you know, my mom was an RN on a psych unit for several years, and that's such a selfish thing when people do that and leave loved ones behind to deal with the aftermath and everything. And she's like, try to, and she put it in perspective, and it like kind of blew me away when she said it. She's just dead on. She's like, like, what would happen? Like, you've got a son and a daughter. What would happen if one of them got like terminal cancer and died or something? Like, can you imagine how depressed you would be over something like that? I mean, you don't know what's going on in these people's lives, and I'm not saying like, it sounded like the Cornell thing was like maybe drug induced or something. Who knows, man? But like, there are people. There's stuff that happens in people's lives that can just like devastate them, man. So I mean, I have compassion for those people, and yeah, I can see how depression sets in on people and stuff like that happens. I mean, it would be terrible if certain things happen in your life that could really change the outcome.
I would be. I mean, you're right.
Yeah,
that is perspective.
Or say like somebody kidnapped one of them and they went missing. I mean, can you imagine how terrible that would be? And it'd be tough, man. I mean, like I do have compassion for people, and you just never know what's going to happen in life. So, true.
Yeah, you know, it's one day or
bring it down.
Wow. Yeah. The dose of reality just smacked her in the mouth.
You know, I just remember her telling me that. I was thinking, you know what? She's absolutely right. Like,
somebody bring the 90s back in here or something. I mean, what happened? Here, it's just like back in the 90s again. So damn depressing all the time in the 90s. I'm rich, I'm famous. I think I gotta go kill myself.
I don't know, man. I don't think the 90s were depressing. I enjoyed my 90s, or the 90s. When I was a kid.
90s were depressing.
It wasn't horrible by no means.
Musically, it was horrible in the 90s. Black Ball, death.
You're my toothbrush, buddy.
Can you wait a minute? I'll be
No.
back. Well, honey, I'm in the middle of something. I'll be out there in a minute.
You're making a video.
Yeah, I am. Give me a few minutes and I'll be in there, okay?
We're about to wrap it up, buddy.
Yeah, we're almost finished.
Yeah. This is live, people. This is live. This is live right now.
Yeah.
All right, well, you want to pick an album, or should we maybe just think on it for a day or so and then just agree to something after the fact?
I mean, it's up to you guys. I mean, on the fly, it
Well,
seems
I'm
like
going to Jimmy pick this one. I picked the one before this, and you picked the last one, so we'll leave this one to Jimmy. Metal, hard as hell. Something
I think we need some goat whore next week, man. I think we really do.
I don't know about that.
I mean,
I trust Jimmy's opinion.
I could do it, but I don't think Chris is ready for it. Personally, I'm barely ready for that.
I just do not do that.
Wait, I kid about it, Jimmy. I'm barely ready for myself.
I got a couple of bands that came to mind to me today. Boy, I was thinking Fear Factory or Gojira.
Hey, no.
Two bands that I really dig, and I'm going to have to go ahead and end this quickly. I got an album by Fear Factory called Demanufacture, and I've got I don't know which one by Gojira to do. I think I may do their newest album because it's the most radio friendly, if you will.
Let's do Fear Factory.
All right, Fear Factory, Demanufactured.
That sounds good.
Well, let's make sure
that's an old one, right?
It is. It's an older album.
Kind of remember that one from back in the day.
I used to listen to it all the time. I was a lot younger.
Is it pretty heavy?
Is it pretty heavy?
Yes, it is.
Just slightly. It's been known to be heavy. How about that? Let's see here.
Is it an old album or is it a new album?
It came out in like 1989 or 90, maybe 91. I can't remember. It's old.
No. Okay.
Fear Factory Demanufactured. I'm gonna see if it's on Amazon. Is it not on Prime?
All right, wait a minute.
What's this? It's on Unlimited. I don't have Unlimited.
That's all right. I got.
Is it on Spotify? I'm sure it's on Spotify.
Do you still have Spotify?
Yeah, I mean, even if I didn't have it, I could still get it. It's ads in it, so it doesn't matter. So.
Okay, well, yeah, let's do that one. I mean, it's fantastic.
Fear Factory and the album is
Demanufactured. Demanufactured.
I don't remember that one from back in the day. I don't remember. Yep. It's bad to get into thrash or as heavy as I thought I did back then, but I don't remember Fear Factory back then.
Never heavy.
They're pretty heavy. This is my favorite album. They sing about digital revolution. So it's kind of, this is back in the 90s.
It's a bunch of nonsense, basically.
It's a bunch of horse crap. No, it's
before Y2K.
Yeah, it was definitely before that. It was talking about robots taking
They were anticipating Y2K, it sounds like.
They were.
I don't know. It's funny.
Realistically,
some of those old thrash songs from back in the day relate to today's politics. You ever really thought about that? Songs or some of those. There's one by Anthrax.
This podcast is going to
yeah, it really has. I'm going to have to beat a kid. It's supposed to be in bed. Good Lord.
Yeah.
All right. So Fear Factory, Demanufactured.
I've already got downloads. We're good to go.
All right. We rock that beast out, and I'm curious to hear what y'all thought. And this is old, 95. So it came out in 95. It came out a little later than I thought. What the heck?
Yeah, next week, the week after next, I'm going to the beach, so I won't be home. But
yeah, well, next week, me and Chris probably won't be able to do it either unless you change your plans on before we get in trouble.
Infringement problem.
Yeah, they'd probably be proud.
I'm surprised I've never heard of them if they get back to '89.
No, it's 95. It's 95, Anthony.
Well, that makes sense. That was my country decade, '95.
Yeah, you're hanging with old Red back in those days.
Don't even bring it up, man. Girl about killing me.
Don't they all?
Well, I mean, I couldn't find any good music in the rock, so that's all went country during that decade.
Missed out on some stuff, but in all honesty, rock wasn't great then. So.
I really don't. I don't think I missed out on anything in that decade.
Well, you probably missed out on something.
I still
You
listen
listened
to
to
the two
Pantera
bands.
back in the day, I'm pretty sure, and that was great. So
That was fantastic.
there was some good
I
stuff
listened
along the
to
way.
Listen to a bit of Pantera with you guys in the car, with you, Chris, especially.
Yeah.
But
Pantera.
but
Love it. Hey, we
I
got
don't
a fourth host back here. How about what's your favorite album this week, Chase?
What's your favorite group? Tell me.
Who's your favorite band? You know?
You know,
You're not gonna talk?
you got a guitar pick from them.
Oh yeah. Who'd you see in concert last year?
Yes.
Yes. And who's your favorite member of Kiss?
Who's your favorite member?
Oh, come on. Who you like? Who's your
Do
favorite?
you like Paul Stanley? You like Ace Frehley? Do you like Gene Simmons?
Gene?
Is Gene Simmons your favorite?
That's the wrong answer.
Ace Frehley rules.
Ace really is the man.
I think I'd go with Gene myself. I like the Demon myself.
I'll tell you what, Gene is definitely the driving force
Yeah, he
behind
is.
that band.
No denying that guy.
Right on stage and playing that. What's it?
Look
God
out
of
here
Thunder.
like Kiss,
Come
though,
on.
man. Pretty impressive.
Awesome.
It's funny. What's your favorite song? God of Thunder? Is that it? That's what I thought.
God of Thunder.
The heaviest song
Have you
Kiss
heard,
ever
have you heard
wrote.
Paul Stanley? Have you heard the Paul Stanley version of that song?
Paul Stanley's
Of
version?
that song? Yeah,
I don't know that I have.
God of Thunder.
He sings it?
I think it was God of Thunder. Yeah, there was supposed to be another version of it at one point in time, and they changed it up because Gene.
I did not know that. That's hilarious.
Darker. I think I'm right on that. I'm not big on my Kiss trivia, but I think I'm right on that.
Well, you might be right on that. That's it. It's crazy.
We need to find a metal show to attend, fellas. Something we can all three.
I'm looking, man. I mean, Hammerfall's coming to Durham, but I'm not sure I want to see Hammerfall without somebody else with them.
Hammerfall. What is it during the week though?
Find something
I'm not
in
sure. I
Charlotte.
wouldn't mind to see it.
Charlotte's a little closer drive for us. But that's not that far for
Dude,
you.
I'm going to Greensboro seeing Vay. You bunch of tools.
There's just not a lot of metal bands coming around anymore.
There's
I mean,
tons
really.
of them. Tons.
This time.
You're just not leaguing outside your area. You got to leave your backyard.
I'm just saying. There's not a lot coming to Raleigh. I'm surprised, or Charlotte, or Greensboro for that matter.
I bet if I look up.
Not as much there should be.
That's what I was getting ready to say. Same thing. Look it up.
The Ritz is in Raleigh, right? Let's look at their lineup.
The Ritz.
Was coming down here at some point in time.
I haven't even looked.
Look at Cat's Cradle. That's in Carver. That's near there.
Cat's
I'm
Cradle.
saying a lot of the big acts have.
Let's see here. You got
Cat's Cradle.
Mastodon. They're pretty heavy.
That's heavy. Yes.
Tuesday, October
Yeah.
3rd.
I can't do a show during the week right now, guys. I'm telling you, my weekday shows are over for a while.
Metal shows, North Carolina.
That's right in your backyard.
I mean, I'm looking at some right here. Metal shows in North Carolina. Kincaid, Binding Isaac, Mastodon. I mean, the only one of these I've really heard of is Mastodon.
Keep naming bands. I'll tell you if they're worth a crap.
Louder.
Who?
Louder.
I haven't.
Yeah. Skin Cage.
I
Skin
haven't heard that one either.
That sounds heavy.
Binding Isaac.
I've heard of them, but I've never listened.
I'm just saying, there's not a lot coming around for some reason anymore. I don't know why. Hammerfall, Durham.
I will say, there's all these little metal bands out there. I mean, you look at just look at your library on iTunes. How many bands there are, and a lot of them really don't tour that much. I don't know why. I guess maybe it's maybe they don't want to.
Hammerfall is coming to Motor Coat.
Come on.
What it says here. A music hall in Durham.
Man. You should probably wrap it up, though.
Yeah, we'll go
Flotsam
call
and
him.
Jetsam.
Flotsam and Jetsam? That's
I
good
think
stuff.
so.
That's good
Let me
stuff.
check one more thing.
Check Greensboro.
Somebody send me a text with an album review, and I'll never remember.
Dude. I can't remember who. There's Fillmore's got a heavy show tomorrow night, guys.
Are you going
I think it's like Dark Tranquility. They're
Are you
metal.
going to help me brush my teeth?
Yeah.
All I gotta say is tomorrow, let's get this going.
Yay, go Pittsburgh.
Le'Veon Bell's back. Let's get this thing going this year.
They're coming around.
That's cool. Yeah.
Bonus. Yeah. All right.
All right, buddy. All right, guys, let's call it a night. We just dragged on for no reason for 10 minutes. Get on.
Yeah. Somebody shoot me a text with the name of that album again. I've already forgotten it.
Your factory
Demanufactured.
I'm a lame old dude, so I can't.
I've already downloaded it. You've got a smartphone now. Why don't you put Spotify on there and download it, man?
I've got Spotify on there. I just didn't go to
on
it.
your phone.
Yeah.
There you go, buddy.
That
Text it to
subscription
you.
is about to run out pretty soon, but I won't be paying $10 a month.
Job's pretty nice for 3 months.
I won't be paying $10 a month for it. I'll tell you that much right now. It's not worth it.
Yeah, mine's about to expire.
Negative.
All right, guys. Well, we'll try and do it next week if we can.
All right, kiddos. Let's call it a night. It's been about an hour. We're done.
Anybody decides to comment this week, let us have it if you.
Friday, I'm going. Well, plans are Friday. I can't do anything. Saturday, Chris is going to be at the Rhythm and Roots probably. Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I'm not decided 100% on that yet. You gonna go watch Dwight Yoakam?
I am going to watch Dwight Yoakam. Yeah, I was a huge fan of his when I was younger.
He's playing in
Yeah,
Bristol.
I like
He's in
it.
Bristol. I miss that.
You know,
You a fan of Dwight Yoakam, man?
yeah, I actually do like Dwight's music a lot. He's really good.
It'll be in your backyard. It's kind of hard
Yeah,
to miss
dude,
that
I-
way he just shows up.
Unless we can't get a babysitter, then if that's the case, then I'm going to go to Johnson City and watch Today Is a Day, and that is a metal show.
They're playing fun.
They're
There we
playing
are.
at the Hideaway. Dude, they're playing like in a place like this, this room. It's awesome.
They're pretty good.
You would hate it. It'd be freaking hilarious. It's like
Are you sure I hate
it's
it?
extreme.
I've enjoyed most of these shows you brought me to.
I shall. I'll give you a taste of it. Oh my gosh, yeah. No, dude, it's good stuff. It's for me it is.
Wow.
All right, give me a taste.
All right, hang on. 2 days.
All right, guys. I guess we should.
Jimmy's gonna play this here real quick.
Yeah, we're gonna get banned at the end of our thing here. So,
Get this whole thing taken off there
all right, let's do
in
it.
the final 10 seconds of the show.
I don't know if I can play them like this. Like that. We want this right here.
It's a good song.
It's heavy.
Who is
It's gonna
it?
hurt.
Who is it, by the way?
Live.
This only this part of the song is. This is Jennings.
Well, you're gonna get the copyright violation back.
Waylon. Did you say Waylon Jennings?
Yeah, it is Waylon. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with a bit of Waylon Jennings either, man. He's got some good tunes.
It's.
Do you see where Don Williams passed away?
I did, man. It's sad too.
Y'all see where the Montgomery Gentry, one of those guys,
Yeah.
died in the helicopter?
We were talking about. Yeah, that's crazy.
Crazy.
Guys, you remember him, Don Williams, from back in the day?
You might want to fast forward this to the actual music.
This is the actual music.
Sounds like a bunch of hissing.
All right, Jimmy. I think your kid needs his teeth brushed, right?
I gotta. I'm gonna go.
What does it got sound like?
You poke a hole through this. Stop.
This?
You can't look.
I
I'm about to beat a small child.
I think I'd rather see Dwight.
I never saw him.
All right, let's wrap it.
Yeah,
Let's wrap it.
Later, guys. Let's call it night.
All right.
He's acting just like my son is these days.
Do what?
That's why Nate's acting just like that these days.
Oh, really?
How old is he?
Over and slamming gate.
Nate's 4, is that
Yeah.
right? Let's sum up for a
Next
play.
month.
Oh my God. My kid would terrorize your kid. It's awful.
He's right now. It's going into him. Me lose my dad cool a lot of time lately.
Well, I understand.
Go on about that for hours.
All right, guys. Let's wrap it.
All right, brother.
It's been an hour.
All right.
All right, we'll
See
figure
y'all.
out if we do it next week or not, okay?
Yeah, probably not.
All right.
I'm guessing, but
All right, bro.
we'll do it soon.
Star Wars Rebels. Check it out.
All right, brother.
See y'all.
We'll see you, man.